Today I'm going to show you how to make crabapple jelly. You will need 1 kilogram of crab apples, 1.5 litres of water, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and you will need granulated sugar, but we won't know exactly how much sugar we'll need until after we've done the first step. And as an additional ingredient, you can add 2 teaspoons of whole cloves and a stick of cinnamon, but you don't need these to be able to make it. Firstly, you want to remove any blemishes from your crab apples and cut the crab apples in half. Then in a large saucepan, you want to put your water, in your lemon juice, and then add your crab apples. And you want to bring these up to a rolling boil, which then you want to reduce to allow them to simmer to soften as much as they can do. This should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Then once your apples are really soft, you then want to strain out your liquid. I have used a jam strainer, but you can use a sieve. So then once you've strained out all of the liquid out of the apple mixture, you then want to work out how much granulated sugar you need. Because I had 800 millilitres of juice, I then used 600 grams of granulated sugar, because the recipe calls for 750 grams of sugar for every litre of juice. So if you multiply 0.75 by your millilitres of juice, that will give you the amount of grammage you want for your sugar. Then in your saucepan, put your granulated sugar and your juice. At this point, if you're using them, then add your cloves and your cinnamon stick. So you want to put a couple of plates into the fridge, which we are then going to use for our setting point test. Then put on a medium to low heat and mix it until the sugar is all combined. Then you want to bring it to a gentle boil. Then you want to boil your mixture until your setting point is reached. This should take about 8 to 10 minutes. It can take a little bit shorter, it can take a little bit longer. While you're boiling it, you just want to try and skim off anything that comes off. So once you think your jelly has reached its setting point, you'll want to take the mixture off the heat. If you're not quite sure, because it should become quite a thick mixture, but if you're not quite sure, test it earlier than test it later, because with jellies and jams, once the setting point has been reached and gone over, it will not set. It doesn't matter how much you boil it, it will not set. You're always safer to test early and boil it more than test late and not be able to get it to set at all. So to test our setting point, you'll need those plates that you put in the fridge earlier. You just want to put a dollop of your jelly into the middle of the plate, allow it a couple of minutes to cool down, and then when you run your finger through the middle of the jelly, it should wrinkle up. That means it's ready to be put into jars. So before putting the mixture into jars, if you have used any cloves or cinnamon, you'll need to remove those first. Then simply spoon into your jars. While your mixture's still hot, make sure you put the lid on. That should then help with keeping the jar sealed, which will then help your jelly keep for longer. And there you go. That's how to make crabapple jelly.